Have you ever looked closely at a Balinese cat, and wondered why their stunning blue eyes sometimes cross right toward their nose? Hi, welcome back to Paw and Order. My name is Carl, and today we are diving deep into a fascinating genetic mystery that gives these elegant felines their unique and charming look. You might think this eye alignment is a medical problem or a painful defect, but the truth is actually a brilliant story of nature adapting to a genetic quirk. These cats are famous for their long silky coats and striking pointed patterns, but their eyes hold a secret that connects their beautiful fur color directly to the way their brains process sight. By looking at how these wonderful pets see the world, we can learn to appreciate their quirky expressions even more. It is not just an accident of nature but a built-in feature that has a lot to teach us about how cats develop. To truly understand this visual mystery, we have to look directly at the family tree of the Balinese breed, which is fundamentally a long-haired variation of the traditional Siamese cat. The crossed eye trait is completely tied to the exact same gene that gives these beautiful cats their signature pointed coat pattern, where their ears, face, paws, and tail are much darker than the rest of their light-colored bodies. This specific gene is an inherited mutation that alters how pigment, or color, develops across the cat's body, while it is still growing inside the mother's womb. Because Balinese cats share nearly all of their genetic material with Siamese cats, they inherit this exact same color mutation. Interestingly, this pigment blueprint does not just stop at changing the coat color, it also directly influences how the delicate pathways inside the eyes and brain are wired from the very start of their development. The root of the crossed eyes is found in a natural pigment chemical called melanin, which helps determine the color of a cat's skin, fur, and eyes. The albino type gene found in Balinese cats causes a significant shortage of melanin throughout their bodies, which is why they have bright blue eyes, instead of green or yellow ones. However, melanin has another critical job during a kitten's early development in the womb, as it acts like a microscopic guide map that tells growing nerve fibers where to go. Without the proper amount of melanin to guide them, the visual nerve pathways that connect the eyes directly to the brain end up getting tangled and crossed. This means the left eye accidentally sends some of its visual signals to the wrong side of the brain, and the right eye does the exact same thing, creating a scrambled internal picture. Because the internal wiring of the optic nerve is misaligned, the brain receives two overlapping and confusing images that do not match up properly, which would naturally cause double vision for the cat. To fix this frustrating visual confusion, the cat's brain automatically commands the physical eye muscles to pull the eyeballs inward toward the nose to help straighten out the incoming light signals. Therefore, the crossed eyes you see on the outside are actually a clever, self-adjusting correction system happening on the inside, allowing the cat to see one clear picture instead of a blurry mess. It is a brilliant example of a cat's body working hard to fix an internal genetic mistake by physically moving its muscles to stabilize its vision. This unique muscle adaptation allows the Balinese cat to navigate its world smoothly, despite the initial nerve confusion. It is very important to know that this type of genetic strabismus does not cause any physical pain or discomfort to your Balinese cat at all. Because these beautiful cats are born with this specific brain wiring, they grow up completely used to it, and their brains adapt to this style of sight from the moment they first open their eyes as tiny kittens. They do not know any difference between their vision and the vision of a straight-eyed cat, so they do not feel like anything is wrong or missing in their daily life. They can play, run around, eat, and show affection just like any other happy pet in your home. Their bodies completely normalize this state of being, meaning you never have to worry that your crossed-eyed furry friend is suffering or feeling unwell because of their unique gaze. When it comes to daily movement and play, these cats do experience a minor reduction in their overall depth perception, which means judging exact distances can sometimes be a little tricky for them. You might notice your Balinese cat hesitating for a brief second before making a big leap onto a high kitchen counter, or they might occasionally misjudge a jump and land slightly short of their target. To compensate for this minor visual gap, many Balinese cats will slightly bob their heads up and down, or side to side, right before they jump, which helps their brain calculate depth more accurately. This head bobbing technique is a smart, learned behavior that allows them to gather more visual data about their surroundings before taking a leap of faith. It is a minor adjustments that highlights just how incredibly adaptable and intelligent these long-haired felines really are. Even though their depth perception is slightly altered, Balinese cats still have incredibly strong hunting instincts and can track moving objects with surprising speed and precision. They can chase feather wands, catch small toys thrown across the room, and track laser pointers just as effectively as any other domestic cat breed. Their brains are highly efficient at processing movement, so a moving toy instantly grabs their full attention and triggers their natural predatory play drive. If you watch them play, you will see that their coordination is still remarkably sharp, because they rely heavily on their sensitive whiskers, sharp hearing, and quick reflexes to fill in any small visual blanks. They are living proof that a physical difference does not slow down a cat's natural desire to explore, pounce, and enjoy active play sessions. As a loving pet owner, you can easily support your Balinese cat's unique vision by making a few simple, stress-free adjustments to your home environment to keep them safe and confident. First, try to avoid drastically moving your heavy living room furniture around too often, as keeping a consistent house layout allows your cat to rely heavily on muscle memory to navigate rooms smoothly. Second, make sure to provide sturdy, wide steps or stable pet ramps next to exceptionally high beds, or favorite window perches, so they have an easy climbing alternative if they do not feel confident jumping. These simple steps eliminate the risk of accidental slips, and give your cat a massive boost of confidence as they move through their favorite spaces every single day. Creating a predictable environment is the absolute best way to ensure your visually unique cat feels completely secure. Another wonderful way to help your cat thrive is to choose toys that stimulate multiple senses at the same time, rather than relying purely on visual tracking alone. Toys that make crinkling sounds, have little bells inside, or are infused with strong catnip are fantastic options, because they allow your Balinese cat to use their excellent hearing and smell to track the target. Puzzle feeders that reward them with tasty treats are also highly recommended, because they encourage up-close exploration and mental stimulation, without requiring perfect long-distance vision. By mixing up the types of play you provide, you ensure that your cat stays thoroughly entertained and mentally sharp, completely bypassing any minor limitations caused by their crossed eyes. It turns playtime into a rich, multi-sensory adventure that keeps their mind active and happy. Over the last few decades, professional cat breeders have worked incredibly hard through careful, responsible breeding practices to significantly reduce the frequency of crossed eyes in the Balinese population. Because of this dedicated effort, many modern Balinese cats born today actually have perfectly straight, beautifully aligned eyes while still keeping their gorgeous blue color and pointed coat patterns. However, because the underlying gene is deeply embedded in their DNA history, the crossed eye trait can still randomly pop up in litters from time to time as a natural surprise. In the professional cat show world, severely crossed eyes are often considered a cosmetic flaw or a disqualification for competition. But for everyday cat lovers looking for a companion, this unique trait is simply seen as an incredibly endearing feature that adds a massive amount of personality. It is critical for every pet parent to understand the difference between a cat that is born with crossed eyes and a cat that suddenly develops them later in life. If your Balinese cat has had crossed eyes since it was a tiny kitten, it is completely benign, natural, and nothing to worry about at all. However, if your adult cat originally had perfectly straight eyes, and suddenly starts crossing them out of nowhere, this is a major warning sign that requires an immediate visit to your veterinarian. A sudden change in eye alignment later in life is never genetic, and is usually caused by an underlying medical issue, such as an inner ear infection, a physical head injury, or inflammation. Keeping a watchful eye on any sudden changes ensures you can catch health issues early and protect your pet. When you take your Balinese cat to the vet for their regular annual checkups, the doctor will always look closely at their eyes, to ensure the surrounding muscles and tissues stay completely healthy. The vet will check to make sure there is no hidden inflammation, unusual discharge, or signs of eye strain that could cause discomfort over time. They will also verify that the cat's eyelids are functioning perfectly, and protecting the cornea from airborne dust and debris. These routine veterinary evaluations give you total peace of mind, confirming that your cat's unique physical look is purely cosmetic, and not affecting their baseline physical health. It is a quick, simple part of routine pet care that ensures your unique feline companion stays in tip-top shape for many years to come. Beyond their unique eyes, Balinese cats are highly celebrated for their incredibly loving, social, and deeply affectionate personalities, often acting more like loyal dogs than typical independent felines. They absolutely love following their human family members from room to room, sitting on laps, and supervising every single activity happening inside the house. They are also highly vocal companions who love holding full conversations with you, using soft, expressive meows to tell you exactly how their day is going, or when it is time for dinner. Their crossed eyes only seem to amplify their expressive faces, making them look intensely focused, and deeply bonded to the people they love most. When you adopt a Balinese cat, you are welcoming a highly interactive devoted family member, who brings endless entertainment and warmth to your home. In the grand scheme of things, a Balinese cat's crossed eyes are not a sad disability or a medical tragedy, but rather a beautiful hallmark of their ancient genetic journey, and a testament to feline resilience. This trait shows us how wonderfully flexible a cat's brain can be, rewriting its own rules to ensure a kitten can see the world clearly, despite an unexpected structural twist. Their crossed eyes make them incredibly memorable, and add a special charm that sets them completely apart from other standard cat breeds. They remind us that true beauty often lies in our unique differences, and that a happy life is all about adapting beautifully to the cards we are dealt. Embracing these quirks allows us to appreciate our pets even more deeply for exactly who they are. Thank you so much for joining me today on Paw and Order, to explore the incredible science behind the Balinese cat's mesmerizing, crossed-eye gaze. If you found this deep dive helpful, and love learning how to give your pets the happiest, healthiest lives possible, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more expert pet care guides. Don't forget to share your own stories and experiences with these beautiful, blue-eyed felines in the comments section down below. We absolutely love hearing from our passionate community of animal lovers. Until next time, keep providing the absolute best care for your furry family member.